School and the gym. Two things that are very important to us that tend to take up almost all of our time. It's all about time management and priorities. And if you stick around until the very end of the video, you will find out all these tips and tricks in order to best succeed, not only in school, but get your gains in the gym as well. For those of you that play sports, you might have scheduled practice times. Sports are obviously the priority in terms of time management. You go to your classes, you go to practices. There's a set schedule for each of these for you. In this case, if you are in season, your chances of working out might not be as important as they are to just simply get your good grades and focus on the sport at hand. During school, especially when you are in season, it is important to keep in mind that you are not trying to necessarily get extremely strong in season. That is what the off season is for. During season, you want to try to focus on at least maintaining your strength and athletic ability and fine-tuning your skills most of the time. Strength building can be done in the off season. So this is something that I personally wouldn't stress about too much. For anyone who is not playing sports, let's say you just finished a whole day of classes. Don't risk going home and relaxing or sitting down or just chilling even if it's like for 5 minutes. It's important to keep in mind that right as you go home and start to chill and relax, your fatigue starts to catch up with you. And this could be an issue because then you won't want to go to the gym anymore. You actually, if anything, start making excuses for yourself on why you shouldn't. Oh, I'm tired. Oh, this could be overtraining and so on. So one great way to combat this is by actually packing your gym bag and bringing it with you to school. Now you could leave it in your car, put it in a locker room, whatever. However, it is more likely that if you have your bag with you, you won't feel the need to go home or go anywhere else or relax too much. You could just go straight to the gym because your brain's already working, your body's already working, you have more energy to keep working rather than if you sat at home for even 5 minutes or so. So bring a change of clothes, bring deodorant, and bring stuff. If you shower at school or at the gym, just bring stuff for that too. But definitely a change of clothes because you don't want to wear your sweaty clothes into class if you have a class afterwards. So nowadays, a lot of school is online anyways. So if you are online and you have the flexibility to switch back and forth between the school or gym or whatever, I know a lot of classes are asynchronous now, as in there isn't a scheduled time for class. You kind of just do your work throughout the week and they assign due dates and send lectures out and whatnot. If this is the case for you, something that I like to do personally is start off the morning with as much homework as I can, start the lectures, get as much homework and studying done as possible if you have asynchronous classes. And then when you get to that point where you're kind of just worn out and you're tired from doing all this homework constantly and your brain's kind of getting fatigued from it, that is when I decide to get up and go to the gym. And then even after the gym, when I come home, I just like to shower, eat, and then I'm all relaxed, I'm all clean, and then I like to finish off whatever homework I have for the rest of the day or even get ahead at night. This way is rather productive just because you are not only being productive with school, but you're also being productive with the gym. If you're like many other high school and college students, you tend to procrastinate a lot. And so one way to combat procrastination is by actually procrastinating. But hear me out. If you end up doing something productive and then you no longer want to do it and you want to push it off, replace that time in between pushing it off with something else that's productive. If you're doing homework and you get sick of it and you want to be productive, go to the gym. When you come back, then you'll be refreshed and you could start again on your homework. It's important to keep in mind too that there's really no need to prioritize the gym over school anyways, because you could always get your muscle and strength back on your own time, and especially once you're out of school, but you can't always make up for the information that will be missed in class if you just straight up ditch school for the gym. Another big factor that could actually help play a role in this too is sleep. Sleep is a huge factor in giving yourself energy, so try to get a sufficient amount of sleep if you can. Anywhere between 7 to 9 hours would be optimal in order to be the most efficient the next day. So you want to have the most energy the next day, and the more sleep you get, and obviously the more energy you will have. Now remember, you don't need to be perfect in order to see results with school and the gym. However, try not to stray too far from either of those because then it does start to mess you up a little bit, whether it be in your academics or with your gains, and it will start to cut into your progress. Really just find what personally works for you the best. You know your schedule, you know your body, do what will work for you. Now I'm not telling telling you don't go party, don't go socialize, don't go hanging out with friends. I'm simply saying just realize that the order of your priorities will be the outcome in the end. So in the end, it is all about balance. And it really is possible to manage all these things even if you are working. Just know that sometimes certain things will require sacrifice in order to maintain those high priorities and continue to progress in those things, such as school, academics, the gym, work, and so on. Subscribe for gains and for straight A's. Peace.